Joining us on India Upfront today is Shahar Azani, author and former diplomat, Nadav Steinman, board chair at the International Legal Forum, Adam Scott Bellos, CEO at Israel Innovation Fund, Osama Al-Sharif, veteran journalist and political commentator, and Huda Abu Arkoub, director of the Alliance for Middle East Peace. Thanks very much for joining us. I want to start by asking you, Mr. Azani, there's a resolution moved by Jordan at the UN General Assembly that has asked for an immediate ceasefire in Gaza. In addition to that, the Jordanian foreign minister has said, and I quote, Israel is making Gaza a perpetual hell on earth. The trauma will haunt generations to come, and the right to self-defense is not a license to kill with impunity. Is it time for Israel to stop?
I think on this issue, we're in full agreement with the Jordanian foreign minister. Hamas is turning Gaza into a hell on earth and has been doing so for the entire duration of its rule. It has been tormenting innocent Gazans and civilians by using them as human shields and has perpetuated the war crimes against Israel. I think that solving the problem of Gaza will mean the eradication of Hamas's rule as a viable entity in that territory, which will mean not just better lives and more security for the children of Israel, but also for Palestinians in Gaza who are living under Hamas's boot for so many years. It must be understood clearly that what has been before October 6 can be no more after October 7. Hamas's atrocious, barbaric attack against innocent Israelis, the ISIS-like state that was established in Gaza, cannot exist with the proximity to a life-loving democracy like the State of Israel.
Would you respond to that, Osama Al-Sharif? This is the aim to finish Hamas, because if this is not done, if Israel is stopped at this point, there will be another October 7, and Israel says it could happen not just in their country, it could happen in the US, the UK, or perhaps even India.
Well, these are the typical, stereotypical talking points by Israeli officials, the narrative that the war started or the conflict started on the 7th of October and that Hamas is ISIS and that it has to be destroyed. Let me ask your Israeli guest, who empowered Hamas over the last 15, 20 years? Who did that other than Netanyahu himself? Who allowed money from Qatar to enter Hamas and to keep them in power for that long? Ask him how the Israeli public now are blaming Netanyahu himself for the catastrophe that took place on the 7th of October. This is the real question. Hamas is something that has existed because Israel wanted it to exist in order to weaken the Palestinian Authority in Ramallah and to create a mini-state in Gaza, replacing the two-state solution.
Mr. Sharif, if rather than looking back, we were to look forward, what do you think the solution is? Because Israel says for us the only solution is to finish off Hamas, make a buffer zone so that nobody is able to breach our borders anymore. What do you think they should do at this point? Because Hamas is there, and even as we speak, by the way, Hamas is continuing to launch rockets from the Gaza Strip into Israel.
I don't know where you heard that they are willing to launch rockets into New York, but definitely this is not true. I think the most immediate thing right now is to implement a ceasefire, immediate ceasefire, and to allow unfettered access to humanitarian convoys to enter and save the lives of 2.3 million Palestinians who are suffering.
Mr. Sharif, we in fact have CCTV footage from Tel Aviv from 12 hours ago where a family was running into their bunker and they narrowly missed a missile strike. A rocket hit
children under the guise of self-defense.
But rockets are still hitting houses of civilians inside Israel. Where do you think those rockets are coming from?
No, of course the rockets are coming from Gaza. I don't disagree with that. But let's look at the whole picture. The conflict did not start on the 7th of October. Israel has, as an occupying power, been devastating the lives of Palestinians, not only in Gaza, but also in the West Bank. Okay, forget about Gaza for a minute. What has Israel been doing in the West Bank for the last 20 days? It killed 100 plus Palestinians in the West Bank. Yes, this morning it used a F-15, F-16 to attack a refugee camp in Jenin. This is what Israel, it allows settlers, armed settlers, and now they have a license to kill innocent Palestinians who are in their homes, in their farms, in their lands, in their mosques, in their churches. This is the reality.
Okay.